Hi friends, and welcome to your 15-minute yoga practice. This class is all about giving yourself an opportunity to unwind after a busy day at work, finding some deep stretches and full breaths to really help release any sense of tension that you might be carrying and to help reset both your body and your mind. When you feel ready, you can meet me on the mat and I will see you there. If you're new to my channel, you should know that I have Spotify playlists linked to every single class. It's just in the description below. So if you want some music to move to, you'll just hit play on that playlist whenever you feel ready. Otherwise, we're going to get started together in a seated position. Okay, and any position that would feel good for you. So maybe that's a crisscross leg or maybe sitting back on your heels. And just let your hands rest on your knees. Try to invite a little bit of length in your spine. Maybe close the eyes or take a soft gaze down. And just start by taking a full breath in through your nose, filling up your belly and your rib cage. And a soft exhale out of your mouth. Good, now take another full breath in. And as you exhale, drop your right ear over towards your right shoulder. You can hang out right here, or maybe bring your left hand towards your low back. And just inviting a nice big stretch into the left side of your neck. 3 deep breaths. And allowing your left shoulder to drop a little heavier with every exhale. Take one more breath in and a full breath out. And then slowly start to drop your chin down towards your chest. You can bring both hands towards your knees, inviting a stretch into the back of your neck. Hang out right here, or maybe just a little shift of your chin left and right, feeling that stretch move across the width of the back of your neck. And lift your head back up, deep inhale. Exhale, drop your left ear over to your left shoulder. Maybe the right hand comes towards your low back. Allow your right shoulder to drop heavy, and also notice if you're clenching your jaw. Try to let your face muscles and your jaw muscles soften. 2 more breaths. Good, and then this time bring your head back up to center, both hands on your knees, and take some really slow, mindful semicircles with your head, with your neck. Just moving that stretch around from left side to right side. No need to rush. Good, and still bringing in those deep breaths. Finishing off this last side and bring your head and neck back up to center. Good, and then extend your legs out in front of you and bend your right knee. Cross your right foot so it sits outside of your left leg. Grab your fingers, interlace your fingers around your right shin. And as you inhale, lift up through the torso, through the chest, bringing your chest closer towards your right thigh. Now try to maintain that length as you slowly twist towards the right side. Maybe your left arm grabs a hold of your right leg, or maybe your left elbow just rests on top of that right thigh. Big inhale. And exhale. Good, and then gently find your way back to center. Right leg comes down to meet the left. Lift your arms up overhead. Take a full breath in. And as you exhale, start to hinge forward any amount. It's totally okay if your spine starts to round or if you need to have a little bend into your knees. And just try your best to let your head drop really heavy. 3 big breaths into the entire back line of your body. So feeling the stretch in the back of your neck. Down through the upper back, the middle back, low back, and all the way through the back side of your legs. Good, Good. Next inhale is going to lift your torso, your chest all the way back up and put a bend into your left knee. Plant your left foot outside of your right leg. Interlace your fingers so you can hug your belly, your chest close towards your left thigh. Try to keep that as you rotate towards the left side, left fingertips behind you. Always that option for your right elbow to rest on top of the left thigh or just above the knee. And feel the inhale move through both nostrils and exhale out of both nostrils. Good, and find your way back through the center. This time, create a diamond shape with your legs. So the bottoms of your feet touch, knees open out wide to a diamond. Inhale to lift up nice and tall, and exhale, hinge forward. Any amount, as always, just be mindful of where your body wants to arrive and where it wants to land today. So no force, no pulling, no pressure. Giving ourselves that opportunity to soften and to unwind. 2 more breaths. And last generous inhale through the nose. And exhale, big sigh out of your mouth. Good. Inhale to lift all the way up. And shift forward to all fours on your hands and on your knees. Have wrists under shoulders and knees underneath of your hips. Inhale to drop your belly down, lift your tailbone, lift your chin. And as you exhale, round through your spine, tuck your chin into chest and push the floor away. 2 more cat-cows. Inhale to lower your belly, feel the opening through the front body. And exhale to round, really puff up through the middle and the upper back. Last one, breathe in. And breathe out. Come back through to a neutral spine. Wiggle your knees out just a tiny bit wider. And inhale, lift your right arm up towards the ceiling or the sky. Exhale, thread your right arm under your left. Bring your right shoulder, right ear down to the mat. Left hand can stay beside your face, or you can always reach your left arm forward. And send a few big breaths into the space behind your right shoulder blade and in throughout the right side ribs. Good. Every breath just giving back to yourself. Big nourishing inhales and exhales. Left hand is going to come back in beside your face if it's not there already. Lift back up to a tabletop position and then just start to round your spine. So tucking chin into chest, hold it here. Big, big opening between the shoulder blades and the upper back. And let your spine come back to neutral. So your knees are still a little wider than the hips, okay? Left arm reaches up, inhale, reach. And exhale, thread your left arm behind your right. Left ear, left shoulder, come down to your mat. And right hand can be beside your face, or once again, you can always reach your right arm forward towards the top edge of your mat. Two more intentional breaths. And last one. Good, and then start to press into the floor so you can lift back up to a tabletop position. Wiggle your knees back in line with your hips. Walk your hands forward a little bit more. Tuck your toes and reach your hips up. Lift them back for a downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. And maybe pedal your heels a little bit so you can open through the back sides of your legs. Make sure your tailbone's the highest point here, okay? So maybe close your eyes and visualize this upside down V shape in your body. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. And look forward. Start to walk your feet up to meet your hands. Forward fold Uttanasana at the top of your mat. Let your upper body hang heavy. You can bend your knees as much as you'd like to. Reach for opposite elbows and find a gentle sway of your torso side to side. Good. Full breath in. And full breath out. Allow yourself to land back at center. Ground your fingertips, lift your chest a tiny bit and step your left leg all the way back. Bring your left knee down to the mat, untuck your toes, and then hang out right here so that your chest is fairly close towards your right thigh. Feeling the support of your fingertips or your hands on the floor. Deep breaths into the front of your left hip. If you sit at a desk while working throughout your day, the hip flexors can definitely get pretty tight and tense, right? So let this be, an opportunity for you to release any muscular tension hanging out in this space. Awesome. One more breath. Good. And then from here, we're just going to slowly heel toe the right foot over to the left side of the mat and gently lower your right knee, right shin down. So your right shin can definitely be on a bit of a diagonal. Equal weight into both hips, arriving in your pigeon pose. Stay right here or maybe come on down to your forearms. And if this is putting any pressure or tension into your right knee, something you can do here is just lean over, sit on your right hip, put a bend into your left knee, and then hinge forward from here. This is kind of more like a deer-shaped leg, grounded variation of a pigeon pose. And sometimes this just releases any potential pressure that's happening in the knees. I get that a lot, so I love this variation. Wherever you are, you know what to do. Close the eyes, connect with the rhythm of your breath. And what does that mean, connect with your rhythm of the breath? Just paying attention to it, right? Our minds can be so busy throughout our work days, bouncing around, checking things off the to-do list, having conversations with people, holding space for others. You got one task here, and it's simply to take care of yourself, to focus on you. Good. And with your next inhale, come all the way back up, whether you're in the deer variation or full pigeon. Lean over to your right hip. Bring your left leg forward. So plant your feet on the mat. Knees are bent. Hold on behind your knees. Inhale to lift your chest. Slide your shoulder blades down. Lift up through the chin. And exhale, round through your spine. Lean back, tuck your chin into chest. Good. Little funky seated cat-cow. 2 more. Inhale to lift your chest forward, gaze up. And exhale to lean back, tuck your chin into chest. 1 more. Breathing in. And breathe out. Good. Come back up to neutral. And you can just swivel the legs back and behind you. Find a tabletop position. Tuck your toes. Lift your hips up. Reach them back. Downward facing dog. Full inhale. And exhale. Look forward and tiptoe, walk your feet towards the top of your mat. Head hangs heavy, upper body hangs heavy. Reach for opposite elbows. Put a generous bend into your knees so your chest gets heavy towards your thighs, and take a slight tuck of your chin into chest so you can really feel the stretch in the back of your neck. Good, and slowly start to straighten the legs a little bit. Fingertips come down. Step your right foot all the way back. Bring your right knee down to the mat. Untuck your toes and stay right here with your chest fairly close towards your left thigh so that you can be grounded, supported in your low lunge. And breathing, releasing tension in the front of your right hip flexor, quad, psoas muscle, lots of big muscles in the front line of that hip. one task, focusing on yourself, focusing on your breath. And very gently heel toe your left foot over to the right side of the mat and carefully lower your left foot. Lower your left knee and left shin down. So full pigeon, or again, that option to lean over, sit on that left hip, put a bend into the right knee, and either way, either variation, you can stay tall or you can hinge forward, maybe bringing your forearms down to the mat. Good, just a slight tuck of your chin into chest so we're not cranking and inviting more pressure into the back of the neck. About 5 slow breaths. And soften the muscles in your face and soften your jaw. And stay for one more big inhale and exhale. And gently lift yourself back up. Lean over to your left hip. Bring your right leg forward so you can finish in a crisscross seated position. Hands can be on your knees or on your thighs. And just a few semicircles with your head, with your neck. One last time, because I feel like I can't get enough of this. Right? It feels so nice. And so, my friend, you can definitely hang out here for a little bit longer. Or maybe this is where you finish off with me today. So nice to have you join me. I hope you're feeling a little bit more ease and relaxation after your workday. And take this into the rest of your evening. I'll see you next time.